Now that Outlook and Teams are connected, you need to kind of define when you want your meetings. So these are further restrictions. So obviously you don't, like in your calendar, it'll appear you have availability at like at midnight, but obviously you want to be within working hours. So here's how you do that. So go back to your account settings and then your integrations, the connected apps. Basically, you're trying to get back to this Microsoft Teams. So once you're in here, you're going to go to meetings. All right, this is the default meeting that we get, and we're going to go ahead and customize it to meet our own schedules. So from here, just click edit. So the first thing you might want to do is just change the default name to something that is easy to recognize. The next part will be the event title. So this will show up in the calendar. So you'll want that somewhat generic, but also descriptive, meaning you don't want to change it every time you invite someone, so you can just leave it the same, but it should make sense to the person you're inviting. The location, you can add, you'll definitely want this if you're doing Teams. So click on Microsoft Teams. And then right here, you can add links to where the user can cancel or reschedule their meeting after the meeting's been scheduled. So you probably want to have this clicked on, and that'll put 2 links down here. And then you'll want a description as well. Now, the reason why you're not putting really specific descriptions, like meeting with Boeing, Renee's on with Boeing or anything like that, is because the meeting link that you're creating is generic, and it'll be the same for everyone that you send it to. So when they click on that meeting, everyone's gonna see the same thing. So it has to be somewhat generic. All right, so I think that's what we got for this first page. Let me just double check if I missed anything. All right, so if you like it, just hit save. Okay, so the next thing is scheduling. Scheduling title. Oops. All right. So these are your duration options. So you can click how long you want your meetings to be, and so these are the options that the people have that you're inviting to select the meeting length. So I just went with the defaults, so 15, 30, and 1 hour. Make sure you set the time zone correctly, because if it's the wrong time zone, then it has to be our own time zone. I think it compensates when it sends out to someone else's time zone, but then it makes sure everything's aligned to the correct time on your schedule. All right, so additional settings. I haven't played with the avatar, so I'm not sure what that is. This week and next week is usually good for me, but if you want a longer duration, so meaning you want people to be able to set meetings further out, you can make it as long as you want. So if you make it really far out there, then it's really on you to make sure you keep your calendar up to date. Otherwise, people could be scheduling things, and kind of conflicting with other things that you have going on. All right, so minimum notice time. That's how long between it's how long or how soon a meeting can be set. So if you send someone a meeting and they set a meeting for like right now, then you should be right at your computer ready to go. It's good to have a little bit of buffer. So I would say at least 15 minutes, but if you're out and about a lot, you might want to put some more time to allow yourself to get in front of your computer before the meeting starts. The buffer is it's just padding, like it says, around meetings. So if you have one meeting ending at a certain time, you don't want to start another meeting because a lot of times meetings go over, or you need time to write notes or get ready for the next meeting. So this adds in the buffer between meetings. The increment, the start time increment, that's what time it can start. I just stuck with the 15 minutes. So you're not, you don't have a meeting starting at, 3:07. It'll either be 3 o'clock or 3:15. All right. Oh, the most important thing. So now you want to add when you're available. So the most simplest would be, so you want to click on add hours. So the most simplest would be Monday through Friday. And let's say, I don't know, you go all the way to 8 a.m. to 5. But if you want to make sure your lunch is booked or doesn't get booked, you either need to make sure the lunch is already scheduled in your calendar, or you can kind of fence it off by doing this. So you could just say, I want from 8 a.m. to 11:30, like that. Then you could add hours, and then go from 12:30 out to 5. So that's a really simple schedule. That's pretty much what I use right there. Now you'll say, well, I don't want a meeting starting at 5. This actually wouldn't be allow a meeting to start at 5. If you select, for example, a 30-minute meeting, and you can kind of test it here, then the latest meeting will be 4:30. But if they select a 1-hour meeting, then the latest will be 4. So it kind of gets cooked into there. Same with your lunch. If they have a 1-hour meeting, it'll allow you to start as late as 10:30 a.m. And that gives you time to go to your lunch. All right. So now let's say you have a more complex schedule, and let's say Wednesdays are different for some reason. You would then just go in and say, okay, that's Monday. And if you want to consider the like management and sales meetings, you could put that in too. Let's say you don't want to start until I don't know, 9:15, and then there. So that would be your Monday schedule. And then you would just go Tuesday. Same thing, because you have the sales meeting, 9:15 to 11:30. I'm feeling, there we go. Then Tuesday, you just keep going on like this. I'll stop in a second. Let me just finish this one. 12:30. Let's say you have something else going on Tuesdays, like every Tuesday, and you want to be done by, let's say, 3:30 for some reason. So that's how you do it. And let's say you don't want any meetings on Wednesdays at all, so you just don't open that window for Wednesday, but then keep going for Thursday and Friday, etc. And then you just fill out your schedule that way. And then from there, you'll see it on here. So this is what will be available for them. Now it looks weird, like how come I can't schedule here? It's because I only put Monday and Tuesday, so I'm only available 2 days out of the week, and it doesn't show next week because this is actually next week. So it's kind of live. If you're already connected with your calendar, you'll kind of see what's going on, and then you'll be able to click on here, and then the schedule should change based on what you have. All right, so I'm going to save this. All right, so that's the schedule, and then I already covered all these. All right, and I'm going to take a look at automation. All right, so the confirmation email, you'll probably want this on. So once someone sets a meeting, they'll just they'll get an email saying, hey, this is a confirmation of the meeting you set. And then you can also do a pre-meeting reminder. It's like an hour before the meeting starts, or actually whenever you want. Yep. What if we could do 0.5? Nope. All right. So, yeah, so you can set a little email reminder to the people so they don't forget that they set a meeting. All right, save there. And that's that. You should be set up. I would test it, and make sure it works the way you want. Make sure that the meetings times available match up with your calendar that you intend. And always once you have this out there, make sure your calendar is up to date. You really have to make sure that. All right, so now the next thing is you want to get your link. So that's right here. So this is back on the meetings tab. So copy that link, save it somewhere, save it in a text document or something, or make a shortcut or something to where you can easily copy and paste it into an email. So you can write an email and just paste that link in there and then send it to someone, and then they'll be able to set up a meeting. So let me just show you what that meeting I just set up looks like. So I'll paste that in there. So those 2 days that I had set are there. And then through the times, like I said, a 30-minute meeting, I can go up to 4:30. If I set that, I have to fill this out. And then confirm, and then that'll send an invitation, and then that's the way it works. There it is. Oh, and I just heard a little beep go off. So if you have the HubSpot app, it'll send a reminder saying that someone just booked a meeting. So you'll get that, as well as I believe you'll get an email to your email account.